terrific movie. It really is. It just, it's so sensitive and perceptive. Am I right?
Yeah.
It's terrific. And you're perfection.
Oh, I haven't seen the film in a long time. And Hong Kong has changed completely. But it's,
How does the film seem to you after a long period of not seeing?
I know it's very difficult for me to see myself. And, you know, I kind of criticize myself. I said, oh, I should have done that one better. I should have that scene better. But it's too late now.
No, perfection. Tell the audience how you were discovered. It's better than any Hollywood story.
That was a long time ago. Let me see. I was in Hong Kong for my summer vacation because I was studying ballet in Hong Kong, in England. And they were, one day, I don't know how I found out, but they were testing girls to play the role of the World of Suzie Wong. So I asked my father designed, he was an architect, and he designed the studio where they were testing the girls. So I said, can I go up there and watch and see what happens? And some of my favorite Chinese film actresses. So I went up there and I'm watching them testing for the role. I really didn't know what was going on, but I saw some of my favorite Chinese actresses. And as I was standing there, I hear someone say, would you like to do a screen test? And I went, well, what's that? I said, I'm a ballet dancer. I'm not an actor, I'm just here looking at my favorite actresses. So he said, well, why don't you do a screen test? I said, well, I don't know what to do. So just sit down in the chair, and we'll ask you a few questions, and that's it. So I said, okay. So I sat down in the chair, and he asked me a few questions, and every time he asked me something, I burst out laughing. I felt so silly. I mean, I didn't know what to do. So, well, I don't know, 5 weeks later, 6 weeks later, I was about to go back to England to resume my studies, and my father receives a letter saying, from Ray Stark, the producer of the World of Suzie Wong, and said, would you like to come to Hollywood? We liked your screen test. And I went, my screen test? And would you like to come to Hollywood? You get a contract, I think it was a 6 months contract, and study acting and do another screen test, this time at Paramount Studios. So I said, yeah, I'd love to go to Hollywood, never been to America. And so my father said, all right, okay, but where are we gonna stay? I mean, we don't know anyone in Los Angeles. They said, well, Ray Stark said, there's a place called the Studio Club. At that time, it was for women only. And the men were not allowed to go up to the second floor. And my father said, well, maybe that sounds like a good place for her to go. All right, so she can stay there. So I went and got into the Studio Club. It was a wonderful place. I met an actress that I know from even to today. We met that long ago. And that's how I started.
And you studied acting.
And I studied with Jeff Corey,
yes,
acting, and I did 2 more screen tests. And I still didn't get the role because France Nguyen, the actress who was doing the stage play, she got the role. And Ray Stark said to me, look, if you're really serious about acting, you can join the road production. They're gonna go around and they're gonna around the country and end up in Los Angeles. And I think if you're serious about it, you should, see whether you want to really become a serious actress. So I said, okay. So I joined the production, and when we got to Canada, I get a call from Ray Stark, and he said, Nancy, I want you to come to London right away. I said, what for? I said, I'm in a play, you put me in a play. And he said, no, you're gonna come and you're gonna be in the World of Suzie Wong. You're gonna be playing the lead. I said, well, wait a minute, I'm in a play here. I can't just leave and go and make a film in London. So he says, I'll arrange everything. So just get on the plane. I got on the plane the next day, and the following day I was in Wardrobe and started shooting the World of Suzie Wong.
Well, because you were a novice after all, and you had this enormously challenging part, was William Holden helpful to you?
William Holden is it was a wonderful person, wonderful actor, a man's man, a woman's man, and so helpful. I could not have done the film without William Holden and the director, Richard Kwan.
They helped you through.
Oh, they made me look good. Yeah.
But seeing the performance of William Holden, he has such an inner life, but he doesn't telegraph it. It's all so subtle.
Yes.
So inner.
Yes.
But you feel all he has to go through to finally accept this woman, because he has some of his own problems to get over before he can realize he's in love with her. He has prejudice like the other characters, and you feel it gradually.
Wonderful, wonderful acting.
Wonderful performance.
That is true.
Now, you were nothing like Suzie Wong. You came from a well-to-do Hong Kong family. Is that true?
What?
Your family was prominent in Hong Kong. Your father was an architect. You didn't know the world of Suzie Wong yourself. What
No.
kind of research did you do?
Yeah, I did some research, yes. I read up on it, but actually I did because doing the stage play really helped me. When I went to the film, I already knew the role so well that it was not a hard transition.
Did you talk to Hong Kong prostitutes?
Yeah, I did actually.
You
I did talk to them, yes. And most of them, I said, well, why did you come? In those days, a lot of people were coming out from China to Hong Kong, and they had no work, they had no job, they had nothing, they had to support their families, and that's what the girls told me, very young girls too. They said because they're doing this to make money,
To
support the family.
play Suzie Wong, you couldn't judge her, right? You had to understand her. You couldn't judge her. You didn't judge her, did you? You understood her. You had to understand what motivated her.
I don't really understand.
I'm saying that you didn't judge the character. You didn't criticize her for the choices that she made. You understood those choices.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely, yes. No, but as a character and as the film went, I mean, really, it was my first film, and I really didn't understand acting as today, after many, many years later. So I just was surrounded, I was very lucky with William Holden, with Dick Kwan, the director, and the people around me, and all the rest of the actors, they made me look good.
Was it a problem for you to speak in the kind of pidgin English that the
Yes.
character was? That was a problem?
No, it wasn't a problem actually, no.
It
No,
wasn't?
I didn't find it so, no. And also because I'd done Suzie Wong on the stage, the transition made it much easier.
Because that wasn't the way you spoke. You had to, it was
No.
a character, that's the way
No.
the character spoke.
Oh, yeah, but that's the way it's written.
That's the way it's
So, I memorized it.
I don't know if you've thought about this or discussed it, but she loses her child and she gets the man. Is there a connection that for the morality of that time, she had to be punished so that she loses the child, but then she lives happily ever after with the man? Do you follow what I'm saying? It's in terms of the morality of the time, that the character has to be a little bit punished, she has to suffer a little bit.
I didn't see it that way.
You didn't see it that way?
No, but that's interesting, no.
You didn't see it that way?
I didn't see it that way,
Okay,
no.
okay.
It just happens in life,
The shot of the camera on you when you found out that your baby is dead, what the kind of preparation you must have done for that shot.
Oh,
That's
that
an
was-
amazing scene.
Yeah, that
It's
was
amazing acting.
very difficult, very, very difficult. I was very young and I hadn't gone through, I guess I would say, life in order to prepare myself that way. But I had a wonderful director and he taught me through it and made me understand. And I think it worked very well, the way he photographed me and, I mean, just, everyone was so helpful, made me look good.
And Richard Kwan was terrific in the crowd scenes.
Yeah.
The crowd scenes of Hong Kong are beautifully photographed.
Hong Kong doesn't look like that today. It's a whole completely different city. It's, actually, it's kind of nice to see it. You know, it brings back a lot of memories for me because this was shot in the early 60s.
1960.
Yeah. the early
Some of
years.
it is shot in MGM, England, like
Uh,
London,
I think, is it Old Street? I think Old Street, London, yes.
London,
Yes.
and then some of it
And
on
then the
location.
locations were in Hong Kong. We
Right.
went to the actual location in Hong Kong, which was great.
But-
Because that was considered a runaway production in those days. You know, people were still shooting in the back lot of the studio, and we were one of the first films to go to the actual location to shoot.
Which is, the shots of Hong Kong are very powerful and extraordinary. It's a beautiful city. I've been
Yeah,
there,
it
I
is.
love it.
Yeah.
But your art directing, your production designer, John Box, is
John
so
Box.
good
Yeah.
that the sets and the location match
Match.
perfectly.
Very good point, it's
It's
true.
very hard to tell when we're really in Hong Kong or
That's
when we're
right.
in Hong Kong in England.
That's right.
John Box,
One of
the
the best,
detail of
yeah.
the sets.
Wonderful, wonderful art
Wonderful.
director.
And your cinematographer, Jeffrey.
Jeff, and I was
Osborne,
with another one, 2001, and Cabaret, he did some great movies.
the best,
Yeah,
yes.
he was the best.
And you were under contract to Ray Stark for a number of years. Ray Stark,
Yes,
he was your boss.
he was my boss, I was under contract to him for 7 years, yes.
Was he a good boss?
Wonderful boss, yes.
And he took your career in the way?
Well,
in a
he
good
tried
way?
to, I mean, you know, he didn't want me to play just all Asian roles, because then there wouldn't be the choice out there. And so he tried to put me in to play non-Asian roles, which I did a few.
Yes.
I'm very glad for Ray Stark.
But I remember the other day we talked about a film. Nancy's career is much more than these two great films that we're seeing tonight. There's a very interesting film called The Wild Affair, in which you play a mod girl in London before Julie Christie plays Darling. You
Yeah.
got there before Julie Christie.
But I played an English girl, with English parents, so.
Yes. And then you were in a wonderful movie, very little scene, a circus movie called The Main Attraction. And little drama happened tonight that you guys aren't aware of. There was a surprise guest for Nancy in the lobby. Her co-star in The Main Attraction wanted to come tonight to say hello to her, and her co-star is Pat Boone.
Yes, Pat Boone was out there just now. I went out there to say
He
hello.
came home, he
Yes,
came
he came to the theater.
to say hello to you.
Yeah, to say hello. It was very nice.
Very nice.
I haven't
of him.
seen him in many years, many years.
He's doing very well, isn't he?
Yeah, he's doing great.
But wasn't that great of him to come and say
It
hello?
was very sweet of him
Yes.
to come all the way to say hello.
Yes, and then your other co-star, still living, is Dick Van Dyke
Yes,
in Lieutenant Robin Crusoe, a Walt Disney comedy.
but Dick's not here.
He didn't come tonight.
No, he didn't go. No.
I think a lot of us saw you recently in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the Quentin Tarantino film, in which we see the excerpt from the
Yes.
film with Sharon Tate.
Tate,
Did they have to get your permission to show that?
Yes, they did, yes. They asked, my agent, yes, they did have to get permission.
They did.
It's a wonderful film, I really enjoyed it.
Once Upon a Time in
And,
Hollywood.
you know, I like his work a lot, so.
It's a brilliant film. And that
Yes.
scene with you and Sharon Tate, choreographed by Bruce Lee.
Yes, that's right, I worked, first time with Bruce Lee on that film.
And then you played in the Bruce Lee story.
And Bruce Lee and I were both from Hong Kong, and we didn't know each other in Hong Kong. We met here. Then we became very good friends. So when I went back to Hong Kong, he was making all this Fist of Fury and all these films in Hong Kong. And it's so sad that he passed away early.
And the tragedy of Sharon Tate, you liked her a lot.
Yeah, Sharon was another good friend, yes.
You liked her a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah. A tragic story.
yes.
But the ending of the Tarantino film rewrites history so that she gets a happy ending.
Yes.
That's the magic of Hollywood.
That's right.
Yes. Now, do you know that for a while, Nancy Kwan was an acting teacher at Cal State, LA?
Yes, I taught acting.
Wouldn't you like to have,
Yes.
for an acting student, wouldn't you like to have Nancy Kwan as your teacher?
It was great, I loved it. I
Were you-
loved it.
were you
And
a
they
good
told my
teacher?
students meditate first. And I said, meditate, center yourself, and you were wonderful.
Were you a good teacher?
Yes, I think so.
Are you still available for work if the right part comes along? Would you still act if the right part
Oh,
comes
yeah,
along?
sure, yes, if the right role comes along,
You
yes,
do it.
yes.
What made you write this wonderful memoir? You must buy it, folks, because it's really good. So much detail, so much frankness, very honest, beautifully written. You're a very private person. What made you write the memoir?
I don't know, I was asked to write my memoir, and I said, oh, no, I can't do it, I can't do it. But I worked with this wonderful writer that really helped me a lot and talked me into doing it, and that's how it began.
And did you find you were able to open
Yeah,
up as you went
yeah, I
along?
did actually, I mean, I said that at the beginning, writing one's life story, I mean, I've forgotten so many things, but once you start working on it, a lot of stuff came back. Interesting stories and things that happened to me. I think we should all do that. Put it down on paper and start writing.
But you have a wonderful story to tell, and it's a beautifully written memoir. It is very honest, very honest.
Thank you.
And you do say, and I would agree, that there's been progress in the representation of Asians on film, but I would still say Asians are underrepresented
Yeah,
in
you're
Hollywood
right.
movies.
Yes, they are. They still haven't gotten the really interesting roles that they can get their teeth into. And there's so many young, talented Asian actors out there that, I really do hope Hollywood will understand and write better roles for them. Substantial roles that they can do something with.
There's progress has been made.
Yes,
But not
definitely.
enough.
Not
Progress has
enough,
been made. There's
yes.
a lot more to
You're
go.
right.
A lot more to go. You become spokesperson for the Asian
I try
acting
to,
community.
yes. I want to, because I know a lot of the young Asian actors, and I admire them. I think they're wonderful, they're very talented, and they're not afraid to take chances,
And you-
So they just need the work.
And you speak up for them, and you represent the community. Okay, so we're gonna end now, unfortunately, but Nancy's here to sign the book for those of you who haven't. And if you have not seen Flower Drum Song, go out and buy a ticket for the 9:30 show. It is a fabulous film in a completely different way, but it's a terrific movie, as is Nancy Kwan. Wonderful movie.